Hey guys! So, it's been a long time since I've seen you, it feels like. I've had a lot of shit going on. I've been doing a video every day. Well, I really try to do it every day. Some days it's been 2 a day to make up for the one before. On my other Pyperh channel for the year and a day, I finally just finished school on Wednesday of this week. So I'm done through the summer. I've got my full-time job, for those of you that don't know. I was really worried because they were not sure, because my job was temporary, blah, blah, blah. They decided to keep me, so I got a full-time job now. I've got my wedding that's coming up in a month. Kevin's birthday is coming up next Wednesday, so I'm super excited about that. So I feel like I've run myself completely ragged, and I'm really excited to take this weekend and just chill. Tomorrow we're gonna go disc golfing. I want to sit outside and read books that I want to read that have nothing to do with surgical technology. I just want to hang out and just relax, and I'm so excited about it. But I've actually done this video like 3 or 4 times, and for whatever reason, something's been wrong with it, so I'm going to redo this video. And basically, other than catching you guys up a little bit on what I have going on in my life, and looking completely ridiculous because I just got out of the shower, and so I always... It's that thing about the shower. You get in the shower and you start talking to yourself, and maybe I'm just completely crazy, which is entirely possible. But you get in the shower and you start talking to yourself, and you're like, and it's like you talk out the video that you're going to make, and then you get out and you're like, I have to go make this like right now. And your other self is like, Krista, do you see what you look like? You look like a drowned rat. And it's like, I don't care. I need to go make this right now, because if I don't, I'm going to completely forget everything that I just said. And then when you say in the shower is completely genius, and then you go to say it on camera, and it comes out nothing like what you wanted it to sound like when you were in the shower. So that's why I'm making a video right now. I just made 2 videos for my other channel, for my year and a day program, and now I'm like, I'm going to give my main channel some love, because I miss you guys. I miss having the comments and hanging out with you guys, and I just miss you guys. So anyway, this video is about spells, magic, and substitutions. That's the main part of this video, is substituting. And I've realized, especially after it started before I did my year and a day, but it really hit me after I started doing my year and a day program, how much people don't understand about substitution when it comes to spells or ritual or magic or anything like that. I just realized that the candles are bouncing off my eyes, and it looks like I have like these burning fucking eyes that I'm just like staring into your soul. You see that? So it's kind of creeping me out, so I'm going to take those off. So now I can't see you, but I don't look like a demon either. Anyway, okay. So one thing I want to start out with, and I feel like Kevin actually came up with this analogy, and I thought it was genius. Genius? Genius. Alright, so magic and spells are nothing like a cookbook, okay? I feel like a lot of people, and this can be people that are new to magic, new to spell work, or have been in it for a while, because it really took me a few years to up until a couple years ago, to realize this, okay? So spells are not like a cookbook. When you open up a book, okay? So you open up this book. This is the Spells Bible. Very, very awesome if you guys don't have it. Oh, this is a good one. I think this is the one I used in my other video. So you open up your book when you have a cookbook, and you get all the ingredients that you need for a recipe. And if you don't have a particular ingredient, especially one that's important, what happens? Your dish tastes like shit. It's flat. There's something missing. It just doesn't end up right most of the time. Now, if you're an experienced cook, you can kind of add in whatever as you go. But I'm talking about beginning cooks, okay? Beginner cooks. I can go out and grab that cookbook, and there's no effing way that I can just add shit and take shit out and have it taste good, because it won't. I'm lucky if I can grab a cookbook and make that recipe and it tastes good, following the exact recipe, okay? Now, spells are not like that, and I feel like a lot of people treat them like they are. When it comes to spell work, the difference between a spell book and a cookbook is that when you're cooking, you are making a physical dish. You are making something that you are literally going to eat and put into your body, and it is a physical item. A spell is an energy form. You are creating or manifesting energy. Okay? We're not manifesting energy. Energy is always there, but you're manifesting an intention. Okay? And one thing that you have to understand about spells and magic is that it is all about intention. There are numerous witches out there that can do every spell in this book without a single item, because they can just manifest at will, because they have that high of intention behind something. You know what I mean? So, like, for example, this is the Fortuna's Wheel spell, and it's to turn indifferent or bad luck into good luck. So this is the crap that you need for this, okay? You need 5 dried basil leaves, a pinch of dried mint, a pinch of saltpeter. I'm sorry, I don't even know what saltpeter is. A charcoal disc, a purple candle, matches, 4 long household cook's matches, and 1 6-foot length of thick purple cotton embroidery thread. Okay, that's for one spell. So, and then you put together this crazy ass, oh, you make an evil eye with it. How fun. Anyway, so you're reading through all this shit and you're like, okay, I don't even know what saltpeter is. And I have basil leaves in my house. I don't have any mint. And I don't understand. You start going through and you start picking stuff apart. And if you're like me, I do this for a lot of spells that I go through and read. I'm like, I don't have that, I don't have that, I don't know why that's in there. And you start picking it apart. Now, if you were to go and do that spell after you just tore it apart, and you said, I don't understand why this is like this, I don't like this, I don't have this, so you went out and you just spent $50 on all kinds of ingredients. Not that all this is going to cost you $50, but you know what I mean. You go out and you spend money to buy these ingredients. You come home, you're not exactly excited about the ingredients because you don't even know what they are, and then you do the spell and it doesn't work. And then you get pissed off because you went out and spent all this money, spent all this time finding all this stuff, and now your spell hasn't worked. Why? Because you were so focused on the fact that you didn't like the ingredients that were in this book, that were in the spell that you read, that it took away from your intention. It took away from that energy building that you have to have for a spell to work, because you spent so much energy bad-mouthing the spell because you didn't like the ingredients, okay? So this is something you have to understand. If you're looking at something like this and you don't like something that's in it, throw it out. If there's something that you want in it that isn't, put it in there. So, for example, if I'm reading this and I'm like, cool, okay, basil, dried mint, I don't have mint, but I really don't feel like mint has anything to do with luck. It just doesn't feel like a lucky plant to me. But lavender I feel like has good, lavender brings me luck. So I'm going to put lavender in there instead. 1 pinch of saltpeter. I have no idea what saltpeter is, so I'm going to throw that out. I don't even want anything to do with it. And then a lot of purple stuff, like purple candle, purple cotton, purple this. I feel like purple has more to do with like divination and psychic work, but I don't really feel like it has to do with luck. But brown has to do with luck for me. So I'm going to change this color from purple to brown. And 4 long household cooks matches. But they just broke them in half so they could make an evil eye out of it. I have like some wooden dowels here from crafting. I'm just going to use those. You see what I mean? So then you start putting your own energy into the spell. Okay, so you may end up with nothing that was on the list to begin with, but you follow the same instructions. You liked how the instructions were laid out, so you follow the same instructions and it works like a charm. Why? Because you spent the time taking out ingredients that didn't fit, adding ingredients in that felt right to you, and turning this into a spell that you adore. So then you go to do it and you really feel the energy behind it and you really feel magical doing it because you have ingredients in it that you love. And then it's going to work. Okay? So you see what I'm saying? How you can substitute, change, twist, do whatever the hell you want to these spells. That's why you can make your own spells. That's why some of the most powerful magic that you can perform is magic sitting here and just grabbing stuff. Just grabbing from your shelf. Like, I want this, I want this, I want this, and using your intuition. Now, you may grab that rosemary and you're doing a love spell. And you may read in every book possible that rosemary isn't for love. It's for, you know, healing and whatnot. But in that particular instance, if you feel like you need rosemary because rosemary is going to help you with your love life, then it is. Because that is what it's important. It's not the ingredients that you are putting in your spells that's important. It's the intention behind why you're using them. So I hope that this makes sense to you guys, because it was hard for me to get it until recently. And the cookbook analogy really helped me get it. But you just have to start playing with things. You know, get a spell book. Go online if you're not comfortable writing your own spells yet, and just start tweaking. You know, find a page that you want. You know, do the apple spell to dream of your true love, and start reading through stuff and be like, well, I don't want this and I don't want this, but this makes sense. And I don't really know why we're using orris root and dill. I don't really like that. But I'm going to add in some rose petals and some lavender. And red candle, to me red doesn't really have to do with love, but pink does. So we'll put pink in there. Those aren't my real opinions, but you know what I'm saying. Because the more that you can add to a spell, the more that you can add your own energy into that spell instead of just reading out of a book, the better it's going to work for you. Okay? So I hope that helps you guys a little bit. If you guys have any questions, comments, feel free to comment below. I'm really bad about getting back to people on YouTube comments, so if you have any questions, it's best if you actually post it on my Facebook page. But I do love reading through comments, and I miss you guys, so I'm so excited I got to do a video and hang out with you guys a little bit. Sorry this ended up being longer than it needs to be, but you know me by now, I should have been an air sign. So I love you guys, and I will see you later. Bye!